Kevin
Marc Bernardin.
Hey, man, and fucking, if you're ever going to stink on a day, on a fucking day that came after an amazing historical weekend, this is the weekend to do it.
Yup.
Deadpool happened.
Holy shit, dude.
We predicted on this show, like fucking Nostradamus, like two Nostradamuses. We predicted it would be massive, and were we right?
We were totally right.
Absolutely, man.
How right were we?
Fuck, like, we didn't know how right we were.
I know, 153 million, I think, over the holiday weekend.
Fucking spellbinding,
Which
dude.
is nuts. Which is fucking nuts.
But worth it. I saw this movie. He saw this movie.
Well, I saw this movie.
I'm worth every. We'll review it in a sec. Worth every fucking penny, man. Great film. Let's do the numbers first.
Okay.
Then we'll dive into the movie. What was it? 130
132 international over the weekend.
for Deadpool, dude. Not for
Deadpool.
Spider-Man.
Nope.
Not for fucking FF. Not for like Iron Man
X-Men.
or shit you've heard of, or even
Nope.
Ant-Man.
Not even Ant-Man.
Fucking Deadpool of all characters, like fantastic. That's the world we live in. Everything has changed, man.
Yes.
The world, I'm gonna steal from Hamilton, which I saw this weekend. The world has turned upside down.
What?
Fucking A, man, because now we got R-rated fucking solid gold proof that adults are the ones watching this shit. Kids, every once in a while. I got some friends who brought their fucking kids. I was like, I see nothing wrong with that. I watched this fucking movie. Well, you're a parent of a young kid. Maybe you should say differently.
My 11-year-old was like, "Can I go see Deadpool?" I'm like, "No."
I don't know.
You know why?
Honestly,
I just didn't want to have the pegging conversation right away.
why not, Mark? 11 is the time for the begging conversation. I forgot about that. There's that. I'm telling you, that would go over an 11-year-old's head. If you said to me when I was 11, "You fucking pegging? You want to get pegged?" I'd be like, "All right." I wouldn't even know what you were talking about.
Cool, Yahtzee,
I'd
right?
be like,
No.
yeah.
Is this a game we're playing? It could
And
be.
I was a fucking altar boy, so it could have happened. I watched the whole fucking movie from end to end not by myself, but early, 9:15 in the morning in New York in an IMAX theater, man. And there were still some cats there at 9:15.
Holy shit.
I guess it was a holiday, so a few cats got up like me early.
Maybe they were just there from the night before.
Or they just kept watching it, which I
Just
don't
roll on
fucking
through.
blame them, man, because it was so goddamn beautiful. And this is what I felt overwhelmingly. I think you could take a kid to this movie. I'll probably get called an idiot, and I've been called worse for less. But I think you could, because this movie's fucking chock-a-block full of good moral lessons, man. At the end of the day, what is the fucking lesson in this movie? Don't matter what the motherfucker looks like on the outside.
Nope.
Because he looks bad. And as bad as everyone's like, he looks terrible. I don't know.
It doesn't look that bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, maybe I'm just biased, but I'm like, God, my man's still got fucking an 8-pack and shit like
He's
that.
a little wrinkly.
And a dick. Did you see his dick
did.
flopping
I know.
around when he was fighting?
Totally.
I would not have turned my
Sharp,
back on that
frosty
burned
dick.
guy. I mean, he's a little emo about the whole I look terrible thing and shit. But
Yeah.
fuck that. That's a minor quibble and shit. Not even a quibble. It's just we noticed it.
Yes. And the other thing that you could say to a child, were you going to take a child, which you should maybe not take a child.
Take a kid.
I'm
Take
just
a
saying-
kid. Take all the kids. Carpool the Deadpool.
All of the female characters in this movie have agency. They all have a purpose. They all have an identity. Even
I'm thinking of agency. I was like, what, the hooker's got a... I don't remember that. She works for
Shield,
agency.
but
Yeah.
for lady hookers.
You're right.
But they all have an agenda. They all have a thing that they want, and they all have a personality. None of them are reduced to what they obviously could have been reduced to, which was like sex furniture and teenage pout furniture and
Sex
giant
Furniture is the name of Mark's band in high school.
It really is.
And he always tries to weave in a reference all the time.
I know. I tried for sexual chocolate, but that was
Sexual
copyright.
From a mic over.
Sexual chocolate. But yeah, like everybody, they are absolutely three-dimensional characters. In which this was not a movie I expected to be like, you know who's great in this movie? The ladies.
Dude, who expected? Look, we saw the teaser footage early on. We were all like, Jesus fucking Christ. We saw the trailer from Comic-Con 4. We were like, Jesus fucking Christ. I don't think anyone was prepared for. Look, I'll talk about it. Go to a fucking single.
Give him that.
I'm going to talk about it as a filmmaker. This kid, Tim Miller, who we now know is 50 years old. This kid with a bright fucking future ahead of him. He's a great filmmaker, dude.
Yeah.
First time out. It's like I just rewatched Creed this morning, which I bawled to, and may be the greatest non-costume mask, non-mask cape superhero movie ever made. Especially he gives him the fucking trunks at the end, dude. That's where he gets the costume. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing, I'm sitting there going like, this is like Batman Begins.
It is very like Hero with a Thousand Faces. It is straight up myth storytelling.
Pretty damn amazing. But anyway, I was watching that this morning. This movie, I put it side by side, shoulder to shoulder, man. Out you can't even call it outsider art. It's just like two new voices coming to fuck. I mean, well, Ryan's had a movie before with Fruitvale Station, but Ryan Coogler and Tim Miller. Two dudes who 10 years ago like existed, but you didn't know them as filmmakers.
Nope.
Right now, two of the greatest filmmakers I've seen working in the last 10, 20 fucking years. And I don't just say that because I'm like, boy, Deadpool was fucking funny and had a lot of dick jokes. I mean, that was fantastic for me. But insanely cinematic storytelling. And Tim is from Blur Studios, video game guy. As he said, we read it here in the email once. This is his Hail Mary at directing. He's like, I'm going to try fucking, you know, why not? I'm 50, I might as well give it a shot.
Like, you should have got off the pot.
He fucking made, like, a better film, I think, than I've ever fucking made. Like, everything tracks, everything clicks, even just in terms of breaking, and, you know, never mind breaking the fourth wall, that comes from the Deadshot comics, but breaking the narrative structure. And like starting a story and then beginning it later, finishing it here and catching you up in the middle before moving forward. That's fucking, like, that's a couple years under your belt as a storyteller. I would say filmmaker, but now we're seeing how. As a storyteller, gets you there, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't, I mean, this may be his first film, but with the video games, he'd been making movies his whole fucking life.
And he's really good at like non-linear storytelling, which is what all of those cinematics for games have to do. Like, they've all got to like draw you into it, knowing full well you've got 5, 6, 7 minutes tops to tell a story. And you can, for 100%, just fuck with the way story works.
Let's talk about the video game aspect of it, too. Because I remember when I saw The Incredible Hulk, the Marvel one, where he fought the Abomination and shit. Like, the whole third act or last fight is a video game. You know, it's like big CG Hulk fighting big CG Abomination. Pretty much. Boss fight in a video game where the audience is like, wow. So I remember that was a pejorative back then, where you're like, oh, it looks like a fucking video game. This guy came from video games and found a way to make one of his main fucking characters a video game character. And he works, you know what I'm saying? All the way through to fucking Colossus stuff is astounding. It's great. It's the best fucking X-Men shit I've seen in decades, dude. I know they've only been doing these movies for a decade, but holy shit, he may be he just took a jump. I always like Colossus because he looks cool, Pure Tour, but fucking, this is legendary, dude. Not only did they give you Deadpool, and this is the role that Ryan Reynolds was fucking born to play and shit, oddly enough, behind a mask, but he emotes more through that mask than most actors emote without a fucking mask on. He's that fucking good. And the chick, what is it, Megasonic Teenage Nuclear Warhead? Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Teenage Warhead, she's wonderful. But I'm telling you, dude, Colossus steals the fucking show.
It's because I think that Tim Miller figured out, much in the way that Joss Whedon figured out, that Colossus, like Hulk, is not a main character. He's not a leading character. He's a comic foil.
Tim Miller didn't even have Marc Bernard, and he somehow figured that. I'd need 10 Marc Bernards to figure that out, but thank God we got the one, the only. You're right, man.
You know, like, he's so much better as just a dude from which your other characters bounce off of.
And they let him be an adult. Like, he wasn't a little boy.
Yeah,
he wasn't a little boy.
Yeah,
but
you never see like real Piotr Rasputin.
They never fucking go human with him. He's constantly a fucking
all the CG.
And they give him almost a Boris Badenov-like voice where he's just,
Mr. Poole, it's time for you to be hero.
Dude, I fucking loved it. I was smiling from ear to ear, and not just because I'm like, wow, they got the tone, or wow, they're doing an R-rated movie. Wow, they're making dirty jokes. Beautiful storytelling. Probably one of the most romantic films I've seen all year don't mean anything. It's February. In years. Like, beautiful fucking romantic.
It is really sweet.
Really fucking sweet. It's smart to do it on Valentine's Day. Like, their whole fucking campaign. I was like, boy, they're really hanging their hat on Valentine's Day. So fucking smart, man. The stuff where they meet in the bar and they start trading tragic pasts.
Yep.
Beautiful. Like, really, like, sick and beautiful at the same time. And the punchline, you know, gets to like, you had a blank, you know, it's just like in this horror story that they're telling, these mutual horror stories. The one horror story, like the one shining thing is like, oh, you had friends or whatever the fuck. They fucking tap it back at the end, dude. Beautifully.
It's very sweet.
Like in a fucking comic book movie, not just a comic book movie. And that's why nobody can be dismissive anymore. After a movie like this, you can't be like, oh, comic book movie. This fucking thing, like, achieves what movies that don't have fucking comic book shit in them try desperately to achieve. I've spent my career trying to achieve as romantic a fucking moment, as beautiful, as poignant, as perfect writing a moment as when at the end, he's fucking going like, I live in a house with a bunch of people to her. Spoilers, but fucking way spoilers on this episode. I live in a house.
$153 million worth of you people already saw it.
Come on, everybody's seen this picture. If you haven't, who the fuck? And he's like, I live in a house with fucking 13 people, and like we all snuggle, stay warm, and we all have to use a condom, the same condom, and it's really bittersweet. You're like, oh, they're doing the thing that they did in the beginning when they met. What good writers do, Mark, I guess.
We're bringing back around.
Always catches me off guard. I'm like, wow. It's like the least special effect to like call back a fucking piece of writing. And every time I'm in a movie theater, even though I've been making movies 22 years, I'm like, that's fucking impressive. And they did. They pulled it back perfectly where she's like, you live in a house? Or you have a house? Oh my God. Like, I love her from, I know she Firefly, right?
Yeah, Marina Baccarin.
I love her from Homeland. She's wonderful in Homeland. She's also the girl who walks between two worlds because she was Leslie on Gotham last season.
That's right.
Leslie, what's her face?
I can't remember.
Dr. Leslie Tompkins.
There it is.
Look at that. Just fucking pulling out the ether. So now she's in the Marvel, I don't know, the Marvel universe.
She's in Fox's Marvel universe.
It's true. And where does Fox stand on all this? If I'm Fox, I'm like, good for us.
Yeah, no, I mean,
we're going to sell a fuck ton more comics, licenses, merchandise, or whatever the fuck.
Like, it's a real shot in the arm to their X-Men franchise, which not that it was like diminishing.
Go ahead, you can say it.
But,
You can say it. The bloom was off the rose because... and the last one did great, don't get me wrong and shit, but that was like, they were like fucking all in. Days of Future Past. Everyone pull your dicks out. Like, they had to throw everything
Even you, the old guys. I want to see your old dicks.
No doubt. Old dicks on the table. And this one feels like, okay, we're trying to get back to business, making X-Men movies in the apocalypse. But fucking Deadpool just like reinvigorated the entire fucking world and gave them their, not just Avengers, but fucking Guardians of the Galaxy at the same time. Because not only is it like, hey, we're going to reference and bring in characters from other movies and shit, but it's also this fucking movie where you're like, this is so apeshit different while still functioning within the fucking parameters of what we know and expect of a comic book movie, but changing the game altogether with its rating and going for adult material and understanding like the audience is mature enough to fucking handle this. Not every fucking comic book movie has to be like PG-13 fucking antics and shit. This opens up the door for what, dude?
Yeah, well, we talked about it. Like Lobo.
That's how happy I was.
I know. Woo!
It came out of me.
Lobo is on the table.
R-rated Lobo.
R-rated Lobo.
Because Lobo was always on the table, and we would all sit there and be like, fuck, man. Look at that shit. They did that in the movie. Like, he broke his hands. He cut his fucking hand off. He fucking, it was phenomenal. You're right, though. Lobo for DC. Let's talk about, I guess, Deadpool's influence on R-rated films to follow from comicbookmovie.com and Bleeding Cool and Collider are all talking about Wolverine 3 possibly being rated R. Why?
Well, I mean...
Or not why. Fuck yes.
I mean,
but
fuck
how?
yes. In that they haven't started shooting Wolverine 3 yet. So it's still in development stages. And they could totally go into that script and decide that Old Man Logan, which I think is what Wolverine 3 is going to be.
And this is Jackman's last.
I mean, at this point, he's going to be like 50-something years old. And it gets harder and harder to get in that much shit.
Let him get stabby. Fox, please, scoot closer. Scoot a little closer. Let him stick it right in off motherfuckers. No, yes, bitch. Shit like that. Let him get so fucking bloody and stabby.
Yes.
Like, remember when they didn't do it in the first movie much at all, but in the second movie when they attacked the fucking mansion, and all of a sudden he was like, and stabbed the dude in the fridge and shit. You were like, ah! Imagine that with fucking like jugulars spilling fucking blood, just arcing ropes of jism, as fucking Bill used to say. Like, go for it. Really go for it. Let him fucking run out the clock, finish his run.
Wolverine should be that guy. Wolverine always should have been that guy.
No doubt.
And I think that's the problem that I think Hollywood is going to have with this success, is that Hollywood tends to take the wrong lessons from things like this.
What wrong lesson will they be taking from this one, Mark?
It is
Give him a single. He's getting on a soapbox.
Hold on.
Mark's soapbox. Yeah, step up, Stan.
I am entirely convinced that what Marvel will do, or what Hollywood will do, is say, you know what? We need more like joke-a-minute movies. We need more lots of nudity movies. We can just push every movie that's a comic book movie into Deadpool zone.
Right.
Because that works now.
And that's not
what should be doing. Like, what the lesson to take from Deadpool is commit to what the source material was.
Smart.
Deadpool was this guy. Deadpool was always the Merc with a mouth. Deadpool was always a mile a minute, always self-referential, always breaking the fourth wall.
And by the way, his audience, a loyal fucking massive audience that nobody really knew was that big, carried that film.
Yeah.
Like, it went beyond the audience of comics into the mainstream, but like that character has deep fucking bench fans, man.
It really does.
And they were like honoring it, waving flags. Like, there are reports of motherfuckers standing up and applauding. Standing ovation at the end of a fucking multiplex.
I saw it opening
screen.
night, and there was like 3 or 4 Deadpools in the crowd, and they were all just fucking loving it.
That's so sweet.
But I think that what fans are responding to with this movie is authenticity. It's the same reason why we all love Mad Max Fury Road so much, was that it was the movie it needed to be, and it was unapologetically that movie. And that's what Deadpool is. Now, I feel like if you're going to shoehorn this into like Suicide Squad, which it would not surprise me if, like, yesterday there were conversations with Warner Brothers being like, could we push this to R?
Yeah.
Like, hey, David Ayer, do you have some shit we were going to cut? Can we make Harley Quinn like dirtier and hotter?
Let's throw in 10 cuss words and a lot of blood, and we're fucking there.
Yeah.
Like, nobody has to be afraid anymore, man.
No, they don't have to be afraid,
I don't know if Warner
but, like,
Brothers will head toward that direction.
Yeah, but it's like, do the movie you ought to do. Do the movie that makes the most sense to do. And if Suicide Squad should be PG-13, then great. If it should be a fucking hard R, do the hard R version.
Here's my plea. Ready? Ben Affleck gonna make a solo Batman movie? Like in what, 2 years or something like that? 3 years?
Depending.
Ben, dude, you owe me nothing. Except a career. I ask you one thing, dude. Make it R. It's possible now.
It is.
You can turn to a studio and be like, everyone loves Batman. Could you imagine how much more they would love Batman if he could be like, I'm a fucking goddamn Batman. You know what I'm saying?
And yet, like, Batman still needs to sell movies to kids.
Yes. Go to the 2-shot. So I can, yes. Mark, of course. But this just is a one-off. Like, Deadpool had to sell movies to kids.
No,
as
it
well.
didn't. Like, Deadpool did not have a...
It sold one to this big kid, and I want to take a bunch of kids. Hey, you got some kindergartners you want to show Deadpool? I'm paying.
I got a bus out back. It's filled with candy. Come on, guys. We're going to movies.
It's a white panel van. There's some crates in the back.
There's a unicorn on the side. It's totally fine. But like, if you make a hard R movie, you are making that money on adults, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
The budget was such that
there are enough of us that
there's enough of
we
us.
want to watch the guy in the costume.
At $58 million, which was the budget, you can roll those dice.
Yeah.
At $200 million, which is BVS, you cannot roll those dice.
Good point. Yeah.
You
So
know.
but he could somebody could make a $60 million Batman movie.
They could. Is
Particularly if
Warner
it's just
Brothers
the
going to make a $60 million Batman movie? I don't know.
Fucking just look, be a lady. Like, just roll those fucking bones, man, and see what happens. Like, everything, the world has been turned upside down. Everything we knew, all the conventional wisdom, is out the fucking window. In a world where they're like, Wolverine 3 might be our next. And X Factor?
X-Force.
X-Force, they're going, that might be R as well. Like, if I'm Fox, I'm like, we just found our niche. And the niche is, we ain't afraid to go R with this shit. Like, we're the ones that understand that adults are going as well. So fuck it, we ain't going back. And they just go down like this. All R-rated X-Men, cocks and fucking movies. No, I forgot there was nudity in Deadpool. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Stan is in that scene.
Stan is in the strip club scene.
It may be actually one of the best uses of Stan Lee in a Marvel movie. What's this?
That's
right here?
X-Force.
What is
it's
that?
Cable and Wolverine's daughter and Thunderbird, if I had to guess, or Thunderbird's kid. It could be Thunderbird's kid.
That's what they're doing?
Warbird. Warpath. There it is.
That's what the X-Force is going to be? When are they doing that, Matt?
I don't know if there's a release date.
It's on the runway. It's on the Kinberg factory is cooking up X-Force.
Possible leaked art.
Right.
About a month ago.
If you watch Deadpool, and we all did, he mentioned at the tail end, he come out, he did a wonderful homage to fucking Ferris Bueller, the original
spoiler.
The original tail end of the post-credits tag King. And the big spoiler was,
yeah, we're gonna make another one. Cable's gonna come in it.
awesome.
And then Stephen Lang has been on Twitter now just campaigning for Cable. Stephen Lang from Avatar, who is the military boss bad guy.
He wants to play Cable.
So it was like him in the gym just pumping. I was like, I'm getting ready for Cable. Like, all right, Stephen Lang, go ahead.
Now we got time. Oh, let me tell you something. This kid, Tim Miller, who, as we know, is a 50-year-old man. If I'm Fox, I'm like, how much can we give you to never look anywhere else?
Right.
Just fucking tie yourself into a soundstage. I think they shot up north, like
Yeah, it wouldn't
Vancouver
surprise
or
me.
something like
Because
that.
it looked nothing like New York or any place for reals.
And fucking, he mentioned Regina, Saskatchewan. Was Wade Wilson always from Canada or no?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
That's a fine
I
question.
think that might have been a
No,
Ryan
something.
Reynolds retcon, but it was sweet, dude, because that instantly makes like one of the highest grossing superhero movies of all time, comic book movies of all time. Canadian as well, oddly enough, at its heart.
Lest we forget, also, Blade was the first R-rated comic book movie.
Yes. It was, actually. And that was the beginning of the beginning.
And that was the beginning of the beginning.
That was the end of the Dark Ages, the beginning of the Renaissance, if you will.
Yes.
Because we had Tim Burton's Batman, and then we went to Joel Schumacher's Batman, which worked, and then until it didn't.
Right.
And then it was all quiet on Western Front for a little while. And the first one back into the pool was Blade.
Yeah.
And you're right, it was fucking R-rated.
They fucking went for it.
They made a Blade fucking 2 reference in the movie. I loved every part of this movie. Was just fucking fun. A big smile. Some people asked me on Twitter, like, did you cry? No, I didn't cry. I was just happy the whole fucking time. But I was really moved, and I thought, like, fuck, dude, this romantic shit is more romantic than this movie has a right or deserves or even needs to. But that's what did it. Like, honestly, like, all the bang, 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 bang is great and shit. But, like, at the core of that movie, there's a really strong spine and emotional heart.
Yeah,
It's weird to say about Deadpool, but I feel like I'm Roger Ebert.
But we've talked about that before, is that movies, especially comedies, that are also genre comedies, only work if the genre story at its core is solid. Like Ghostbusters, if you take all the jokes away, is a really effective supernatural thriller.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Galaxy Quest is a straight up legit science fiction movie.
This too, if you pulled all the jokes out.
If you pull all the jokes out, it's a revenge
story.
romance thing. It's Count of Monte Cristo, but with lots of fucking like
Sweeney Todd with dick jokes, and nobody's turned into a pie. That would have been my pitch. It is. It's a real fucking. You know what it is? A death-defying act. And people who put their balls on the table, you know, we've seen a lot of stories about Ryan Reynolds been trying to do it for 10 fucking years and blah, blah, blah. Everyone rewarded handsomely. 150 for the whole weekend for the
153.
And then what was it worldwide?
284 global so far.
God, dude, that's just like fucking
in 5 days.
And like it's not like they were never players. Fox have been players forever, man. Don't forget they fucking put Star Wars out, fucking Alien. Like these motherfuckers know how to do genre. And again, they're responsible for like, you know, until Marvel got their shit together, they were the standard bearers of Marvel Comics.
Yeah,
they were like
Fantastic Four, and they had X-Men and Spider-Man is Sony. But still,
they had the big, just the X-Men alone, dude.
Yeah.
Where they cracked the code with the X-Men where, you know, there's a time now everyone's like, oh, fucking, hey, Apocalypse is going to be in and shit. But there was a time where there were no X-Men movies because people were like, I don't know, does any of this work?
Really? Mutants? I don't get it. Can we put them on leather jackets? Would that be cool?
Yeah, like don't put them in spandex. So now we're at this place where Fox got like fuel injected into their X universe with like a mutant gene or whatever fucking shit. Velocity 9 to borrow from Flash. And man, they're jacked.
Yeah.
Like whatever, I don't know what's going on over there, but I get everybody involved in Deadpool as my official brain trust, and I'm like, fucking plot out an X universe, dude.
Yeah, and especially because those guys know what makes each of those characters tick, and they know the story well enough to be like, all right, we're not going to make fucking the Kitty Pryde gangbang movie. We could, but we won't.
People just turned their fucking, not even the show off. They just yanked their internet out of the wall.
And
like,
we're done.
I never wanted to hear those words put together like the Kitty Pryde and gang bang. But he's absolutely right, man.
Yeah, I mean, somebody would make that suggestion.
And you don't want that little dragon cuckolding in the background.
Yeah, no Lockheed, no Lockheed.
Excellent poll with the name. Excellent fucking poll. It's true. Be responsible. Don't fucking, you know, it's not.
Like they know what a thing ought to be. And that's why Deadpool worked. Because it absolutely is what it had to be to work.
And it took them a long time to get there, but fucking props.
Yes.
Oh
seriously.
my God. Because, look, you know, to the victor goes the spoils. Look at all the fucking spoils they got. They're spoiled. They got so much fucking money. It's crazy.
Oh, Fox
but
is so happy.
Tim Miller, dude, he's the fucking hero. And the two writers, who I didn't see their name on it. I'm not familiar with their names. You know them?
They did, if I remember correctly, Zombieland.
Did they?
Yes.
Good fucking movie, man.
Reese Paul Wernick.
Yeah.
That's the dude, and they wrote Zombieland.
Yes.
Say that again, Matt.
Rhett Reese and
Reese and Paul Wernick.
Warnick.
Zombieland is a fun fucking movie. This was beyond fucking fun. Like, holy shit.
Starring God's own idiot.
Who's that?
Did you see the opening credits? Where it's just like financed by a bunch of asshats, produced by starring one British cameo. The lead is God's own idiot. Is how Ryan Reynolds decided he would be opening credited in this film.
They had a blast.
God's own idiot.
They had a fucking blast with it. The British dude who plays Ajax. Is that his name, the bad guy? Or Francis?
Yes, Francis.
Where he's at? I love the drawing and shit like that. He had him drawn up at one point as like a white ninja in that fucking kid's drawing. But Francis, he's the dude, I think, am I wrong? He was the dude who was on Game of Thrones for a couple episodes, and then they replaced him, or another dude wound up
they
playing
wanted
him.
another Dario Daris or something.
Yeah, the one that
was
she
guy.
Daenerys winds up getting down with. I liked him in that.
He was also in the new Transporter movie. The Transporter.
That's what they said. He
Refueled
replaced
or
fucking
whatever.
Jason Statham. But I thought he was great in this.
He was like everybody was having so much fucking fun.
Even like normally the villains are kind of forgettable and stuff, especially when you've got a character as big as Deadpool. But they serviced everybody well, dude.
Yes.
Like
Even Gina Carano, who played
the fucking woman
the big
beating up
one.
fucking.
Angel Dust.
Is that what they call her, Angel Dust?
Who I always kind of wanted as my Wonder Woman.
Really?
Yeah. Did you ever see
Who is
Haywire?
she?
Steven Soderbergh made.
That's
her.
The real lady?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man! Good pull.
Yeah. Who's this
Good
fucking like
casting.
MMA fighter?
Yeah,
who
yeah,
just
yeah. She's
fucking
great,
kills- She's
Haywire.
great. Like that's my Wonder Woman. My penis is afraid of her, and my penis should be afraid of Wonder
I
Woman.
like when he was just like, "Here comes the superhero landing." Bam,
3-point
they
touch.
all fucking they all do that. Oh my god! Like every time he said "motherfucker," I'm like, it's a dream, dude. It's a dream come true.
There she is.
There
Angel
she
Dust.
is. T.J. Miller was fun. That's the mucus voice guy from that commercial.
You're like an older avocado had sex with an older avocado.
a slightly older avocado.
Sorry, I censored it. Fucked an older
Yeah,
avocado.
don't censor it. We don't have to censor
We
anything
don't, man.
anymore. We live in a world of fucking cussing superheroes and shit like that. Biggest Fox debut ever. Biggest debut for 20th Century Fox. Previous largest debut?
Revenge of the Sith.
He's absolutely right. 2005's Revenge of the Sith.
Wow.
And George left them and sold it to Disney, and so Fox has no more Disney. They ain't crying no more, man.
But
no
also-
more Star Wars. I mean, they ain't crying no more. They got fucking something. They got something better than Star Wars. Something new that they can like fucking shape, and it's theirs, and they don't have to fucking. We're taking a small licensing fee. They're like, this is ours, motherfucker.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Like in its first 5 days, I think this has grossed more than X-Men Origins: Wolverine grossed in its entire run.
And is that the movie that introduced the character?
That is the movie
Deadpool?
that introduced the character.
No, I didn't see that movie, but I remember the
Oh,
fight.
it's
he
a-
sews his mouth closed, and his eyes are white. But
It's
that's
a piece of
the
shit.
Get to Deadpool.
It is a piece. I mean, he's Wade Wilson for like 20 minutes, and it's kind of cracking wise.
Right.
But then when he turns into Deadpool,
They
whatever.
sewed his mouth closed.
Yeah,
So
which
bizarre.
is stupid.
Doesn't matter. They more than
No.
made up for it with what they got. It's fucking so good, dude. So good. Not long.
No,
Another thing, like you're in and out. A lot of these comic book
100
movies.
minutes.
Yes. A lot of these comic book movies, man, you're two hours plus and shit like that.
Don't
They're
need
treating it so seriously. These cats are like, it's a comedy, man. Let's get them in, get them out, and keep them laughing. Keep them. Like, as soon as it was over, I watched the whole thing through the credits and shit, not just because I'm like, there'll be a tag.
there's got to be something.
But I was just like, even they kept their credits interesting with little cartoon animations and stuff. Hats off to Tim Miller, to Ryan Reynolds, who I thought he was wonderful, man. And he absolutely, made the movie happen, apparently,
Yeah.
based on all the stories I've fucking read. Leslie Uggams, dude, is out.
Leslie fucking Uggams.
Who knew, man? I was sitting there going, is that fucking Glenda from The Wiz? And it was. I think I was right.
I kept on thinking, is that Uhura? Is that Nichelle
There was,
Nichols?
I'll be honest with you, there was a moment too where I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, did they get Uhura? But there she is, Leslie Uggams, looking like Uhura.
Good for her.
Man, oh man, good times to be had. It's one of those things where, like everybody, whole industry seemed happy. Jeff Johns over at DC was tweeting, "Go see Deadpool." It's
Yeah,
awesome.
seriously. Like you can't deny that movie.
No, it's fucking dope, man. And it's like it's like morning in America. You know what I'm saying?
It's a great day in America.
Everything's about to change. You could feel it, dude. You could feel like, I don't know. And I know people are like, is that a good thing? These characters are for fucking children. But as we've seen by the box office, they're not just for kids.
Don't
They're-
have to be.
Adult children love this fucking shit. So how about you give us a few? You know what I'm saying? We'll give you our fucking money, obviously.
I will take my kids to all the other ones. Just give me one for me.
Yeah.
One for me. That's all I
Deadpool,
need.
man. Dive into the Deadpool. Every studio needs to do this. R-rated up. You're right, dude. I hadn't thought. They might be sitting in their Suicide Squad right now going,
Like, hey.
or maybe they're like, you know what? Maybe the first one's PG-13, but the next one, boom.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. That means you could do an R-rated version of The Dark Knight Returns. Remember we talked about like martial law? You can do fucking martial law.
You can do The Authority now. You can do like
all of the Alan Moore stuff.
all the Alan Moore stuff. All of the fucking Grant Morrison stuff is on the table. Like you can do Doom Patrol now. You can do The Invisibles now. You can do all of that shit now. It's all there for you. Like Vertigo should just be having a fucking field day.
There's 2 fucking people. Well, 3. I mean, it's 2 people in the studio that you got to thank for that now. The fact that like the floodgates are about to open, you're about to see some serious fucking shit. They can do an R-rated Swamp Thing movie.
Oh yeah.
They can do an R-rated fucking Sandman movie, dude. Oh, you thank Tim Miller. You see him on the street, this kid Tim Miller and shit, running around with a ball playing jacks. He's a little boy. Boy genius filmmaker. You fucking thank him. He just made the rest of your life better. You know what I'm saying? Incrementally, yes. There he is. Look at that boy.
Yeah. Look at him.
That's
Fresh as a spring day.
Fucking A, man. And the guy right next to him is the dude you want to thank too, Ryan Reynolds. We all gave him a lot of fucking shit about Green Lantern. Oh my God, he more than made up for it. He had nothing to make up for and shit. It wasn't his fault, but my God.
Yeah.
When actor and fucking angle. When actor and fucking correct material meet, it's like maple syrup colliding with ham. And breakfast. Took that from Twin Peaks. It was fucking fantastic. What did you like as well?
God, I hated this fucking movie.
Yeah, follow that, motherfucker.
No, the thing.
Give him a single.
Give me a single. Give me my fucking single.
Yeah, he's about to go real.
I love that the joke density in this movie is so fucking high, and not all of them connect, but they don't have to. Like if you're looking at like if this is a page, see, look, paper. Yeah. If each one of these is a joke and only 2 of them hit, that's 2 jokes a minute.
And that's fucking awesome.
That is fucking awesome. It is a shotgun approach of comedy, and if nothing, 30%.
And you know what's going to be nice too when you're home watching this for the rest of your life? Not this, but Deadpool. You'll catch every other joke. Yeah. And then you may not make you go, but you'll be like,
I missed that one.
There's a lot of that shit through the movie. I was like,
that's right.
Everything just made me happy. That makes me happy.
McAvoy or Stewart.
That was fucking awesome. And it goes to the mansion. He's just like, it's weird that I only ever see the 2 of you guys here. It's like they didn't want to pay for anybody else. I was fucking dying. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing it. They're fucking doing it. They're having a blast. They're breaking rules, and they're giving us what we want at the same time. Do you know what a fucking death-defying tight wire act that is?
Insane.
Nuts, man.
Barnum and Bailey, my friend.
Look at him, Colossus, dude. Oh, now all I want is fucking more Deadpool movies where Colossus is just fucking like, no, you must stop this.
He's like the superhero Boy Scout is now Colossus.
So good.
You should not litter Deadpool.
And I love that they gave him like a big old adult Russian voice and shit. Wonderful stuff, man.
His money.
Fox, like, hats off.
Well done.
So weird because they were always kind of like, DC now jumping into the race. What did with Man of Steel, but now BVS and Suicide Squad. So your big 2 is we always talk about Marvel and DC, meaning Disney and Warner Brothers. But then you got this like up from behind part Marvel, but not. He's like Creed, dude. Deadpool is Creed. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the bastard son of Marvel, where Marvel's like, we're
not going to claim his name.
I think we have that. I don't know, but fucking he's got to fight for it, and he's like, I'm going to earn my fucking name. And he made what is it? A rising tide like lifts all boats. He just fucking made Marvel even more valuable, even though Marvel didn't have anything to do with it.
Although
except the name and the character.
From the audience's perspective, though. They don't know that.
Exactly. You and me know that. These cats know that.
The audience sees the big Marvel logo in the beginning. He's like, it's a Marvel movie.
My brother said that. He's like, oh, Marvel kicking ass. I was like, well, yes.
Yeah.
Marvel the comics right now are kicking big ass. This is a Fox movie. And like, I don't understand. You have to explain it.
But it also because Marvel has established this tone that allows for everything. Like that's the genius of what Kevin Feige's done. Is he's built this.
Give him a single. He's calling a guy a genius.
The dude's a genius, but he built this framework for all of these movies so that each one, even though they're different, can feel like it's part of a whole. And that tone is fun. Now it could be adult fun, like fucking Deadpool. It can be like heist fun, like Ant-Man. It can be space fun, like Guardians. But it's all fun. The problem is that Warner Brothers' tone is real.
And serious.
And serious.
And real serious.
Yes. So like we'll see if an audience, like that's going to be the test for BVS, is does an audience really want to pivot from having a fucking blast?
Which is and that's just what they had.
Yeah, like
I mean, if I'm BV, you go to 2. If I'm BVS, I wouldn't be like, oh fuck. If I'm BVS, I'm like, right on, man. If they could earn that in February, what do we make in March? Because we got 2 brand name cats and they fight and blah blah blah, and we got history and stuff. But on one level, I'd be like, fuck, man.
It's when you start to look down that line of
It's like following a comedian that crushed.
Yes.
And then you're like, well, I thought I had some good material, but
oh boy.
Oh boy. Hey, remember how good that was? That's what I'd be doing. I'd be playing off of that.
Try the feel, you guys.
It's you're happy when good things happen to fucking courageous people. And it took them, people like courageous. It's not like they won a war. They did. They won a war on mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? They won a war on conventional thinking, which is like, these movies have to be this, they cost this much, and you have to be for these people, and they have to go across these boards. And this the team was like, well,
we're going to hit that.
Yeah, very specific.
Boom. Like, we are going to get you into the middle of the crowd, right in the bleachers there.
And I guarantee you, Reynolds and Tim Miller, nobody promised these cats it's going to open to this.
No.
They were just like, they kept that budget low, man. $60 million. That movie had a lot of fucking effects working and shit like that. They kept that budget low because they're like, hope it works. Bam! Could you imagine, dude? Like,
and Fox greenlit this movie after Green Lantern.
That's right.
Like
a couple years after.
They had signed Wernick and Reese, they had signed Tim Miller, they had signed Ryan Reynolds, and then Green Lantern opens, and they're like, do we even make this movie? Do we go PG-13?
Deadpool is dead.
Yeah. Do we replace all of these people? Like, can we, like, looking at the team, like, for reals, like Boris Kidd at the Hollywood Reporter did this great little expose, like tracking the making of this movie. And come like 2013, they were just about willing to bail on it. And that is when somebody, it's unclear who, be it Tim Miller, be it Ryan Reynolds, leaked the 6-minute test footage they had done.
We all saw online that we were like,
which is basically like the scene where, Deadpool is sitting
the
in
opening,
thing,
John.
and he dives into the car and kicks a bunch of ass. And at the end of that
phone booth fight.
Yeah. And at the end of that thing, like Ryan Reynolds in costume turns and says, "Hi, Tom." He's waving to Tom Giannopoulos, the head of Fox, who he's hoping would greenlight this movie. Right. And then after that test footage leaked, they greenlit the movie.
Because the reaction was so enthusiastic.
Like through the roof and over the moon.
So now at this point, do we know who leaked it?
We don't know who leaked it. But if Tim Miller had leaked it and the reaction wasn't great, that motherfucker never makes a movie again.
Which, to be fair, he was like, I never made a movie before,
I got a studio.
Why not gamble?
We're doing fine. Like, we did title credits for Fincher movies. We're doing cinematics for video games. Like, we're fine when it comes to money. If this doesn't work, it doesn't work. Fuck it. Ryan Reynolds at that point was kind of not a movie star anymore. Right. It doesn't work, fuck it. And it worked. Like fucking gangbusters.
Could you imagine how good it must be to be Tim Miller today? Like he wrote, I was like, dude, that fucking opening, dude. I said, that's some Hail Mary. And he wrote, this is all very surreal. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was a guy who's sat behind people who are like, this is what I want. And it's like, okay. And it's his job to execute or elevate it, give him something better and stuff like that. Whether you're doing opening credits for movies or fucking creating a commercial for the video game and stuff like that. But still, you're always kind of like, you're doing something for somebody else. He did this for him.
Yeah.
Like, this is his baby, where he's like, I'm going to do this. So this is my shot. Like, I want to take it. Look how it turned out.
I know.
Like, to the victor go to spoils. I think we already said that.
For sure. But more spoils.
Yeah. Way more spoils.
All the spoils.
All this milk is spoiled, and we love it. In that Alien Nation way. We're all getting drunk. Like Mandy Patinkin under a lot of makeup.
George Francisco. You go to town.
Did you like George? That's right. That was his name. Were you a Alien Nation movie or TV show guy?
I was a movie guy.
And not even like you had the flag and the shirt or anything. But when you saw the movie, weren't you like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
we can get spoiled milk to get drunk.
Like, nice job. And
the little things.
And Jimmy Kahn just not wanting to play ball.
Just like in the movie or on the movie. Kind of like.
This is horrible. I was in The Godfather. I'm sure he's just reminding everybody.
Why has this guy got a fucking ass on his head with the makeup over there? Bada bing, you got to take the makeup off.
I know fucking Francis Ford Coppola. Fuck you in this movie. Spoiled milk.
Good fucking flick.
Man. It is, though. I kind of like it.
Was that also a Fox flick?
Yeah.
I think it might have been. Fox, dude. So. Like, now that I think about it, like, aside from fucking the obvious, Star Wars in our childhood, Alien trilogy, quadrilogy. What else they got?
And scene.
I guess that's it.
I'm sure there's
It
something
seems
else.
there's a bunch of Fox movies, man, that like, I guess Star Wars is the big
And Star Wars is their big thing.
It was. Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Nope.
They fucking filled the hole, though.
Whoops.
They're fine.
I guess.
Sorry. Yeah. I guess that was a little too dirty. All right, boy.
Yes.
Like the only thing, here's the only thing I didn't like about Deadpool. It ended, and I was like, where's the sequel?
Today.
Yeah. I heard, you know what? This has nothing to do with nothing, but somebody shared, I think it was on Instagram, something. I put up a picture of the Bad News Bears field, and the person wrote, I love this. He said, I remember going to see that with my dad when I was a kid in the movie theater. And when the movie ended, for those that don't know the movie, at the end of the Bad News Bears spoilers, the Bears lose. He said, when the movie ended, I said to my dad, can we stay and watch it again? Because I was hoping they would win the second time. How awesome is that, dude?
That's adorable.
That's fucking adorable. I thought that was so sweet and stuff. I stayed at the end of Deadpool because I was like, oh, maybe they'll do it again. And this time, fucking another X-Men will show up. But I didn't need no other X-Men, dude. Colossus. Like at one point, I was like, I wonder if Wolverine will show up.
I know. I was thinking the tag would be just Jackman.
They didn't even need it, dude. They got there without him. And I'm sure, I'm not sure. I'm going to take a guess that maybe somewhere along the way, someone was like, hey, how many X-Men could we get in this motherfucker? And they were like, none.
One. He's got to be fake.
Not exactly, dude. You get a robot. That's it. A video game character. If you want to cast a little girl, that's fine. But they kept like all those characters out of play, so much so they had to make a fucking joke about it.
I know.
And it made the movie better, man. That's necessity is the mother of invention. Like if they were like, you got all the X-Men to play with.
Yep.
It's not nearly as fucking cool as what they accomplished with fucking like one of the, I didn't even know that character existed. She looked like a Grant Morrison fucking version of
Make it sound like
Teenage
Teenage Warhead.
I wonder if Grant Morrison created her or if like was she created for the movie?
I'm not sure.
Anybody know?
Matt Key.
Was that?
Hey.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Was she part of
created for the movie?
Grant Morrison's
or in-
run?
She's Grant Morrison character.
I knew it. Didn't I say that,
Yep.
dude? I was like Grant Morrison.
The very first issue of the new X-Men run, when the giant
With Frank Quitely doing the art.
Yes.
Genosha. She's one of the students of Jean Grey. She's like the favorite student of Jean Grey.
That's
She's
dope.
telepathic. I think borderline telekinetic. They changed her powers for the movie. That's the only thing they changed, though.
That's fucking dope.
That's awesome.
That's cool, man.
I would
Yeah,
just
but
like
her
every
and
other-
Colossus.
Yeah. I would like
I
every
watched a whole
Deadpool
movie
movie,
about them.
to have him starring with another X-Men who's a dick.
Yes.
Like, I could absolutely see the Deadpool and Cyclops story, where
Yes.
Cyclops is a fucking asshole.
Yes.
That would be kind of amazing.
Resist the urge. I mean, look, let's be honest. Sooner or later, they're going to fucking put Wolverine
Yes.
in it.
Or they're going to drop fucking
into
Deadpool
Wolverine.
into like X-Men 7 or
They
whatever
they
it is.
better do something. They better pepper this motherfucker throughout their entire universe because they got gold now.
Yep.
Gold and red. There it is, man.
Yes.
Fucking, we really like Deadpool.
I'm not sure you can tell.
I loved it. I could watch it again right now. I want them to make
let's
a
go.
bunch,
What
make
time is
10
it?
of them and shit. It'll never get tired. Let's go right now.
Fucking done. You
great
guys want to
day.
come? He's got a bus with candy in it.
Come, remember? You have to tell the kids to get out of the way. Some of them might have lost oxygen by this point. We didn't crack the windows and shit. But
Chloroform tends to leave a smell.
Now we got shit to sit on in the van.
Yay!
There had been no furniture.
Children ottomans.
Some people make fucking lampshades out of human skin. I make furniture.
Hey,
This shit went dark.
Yes.
But you know what?
you guys see Tusk.
Deadpool episode, so we can fucking
We can do
yeah. I'm blaming Deadpool. You're like, fuck you. You made Tusk. It's true. It's all dark and twisted.
Well, there's human sewing.
It's true. There's a lot of that.
That's
My
just
bad.
where I went.
So there it is, folks. Fucking, you want to be Tim Miller today or Ryan
You do.
Reynolds? Holy shit! And more of this, less of everything else.
Yes, please.
That's it for Fat Man on Batman, man. Look at what's that? What is that?
That's Ryan Reynolds, Tim Miller.
Oh, look at that! Everyone having a good
Backstage
time.
somewhere?
Everyone.
Tim Miller's behind him.
There's that kid Tim Miller in the background and shit. Everyone enjoying the fuck out of themselves.
Is that like Comic-Con or is that?
No, I think that was
We
when
don't
they were
know.
shooting, or maybe they're doing a photo shoot for like.
Yeah.
For,
That-
it must be Comic-Con.
That feels
photo shoot.
pressy.
I agree. He's
Yeah.
right, and Mark fucking knows his
It
shit.
feels pressy.
There it is, folks. Deadpool. We waited a long time. Now it's here, and we're all fucking happy about it.
We got it.
I didn't see any negative online. Nothing.
No.
You see anything?
Nope.
That's how you test the
Yeah.
validity of the internet. If anyone says something negative about this movie, the internet's broken and that person's lying. There's just no person on earth could look at this movie and be like, pish posh. Like, this is excellence in every shape.
Unless they're like 65 years old.
I don't give a fuck. Even a 65-year-old should look at this and see quality.
Mother, what's a pegging?
I think it's 80% on Rotten Tomatoes too.
80. Who are the 20% that don't like this movie?
65-year-old dudes who don't like pegging.
Oh my God. I'll never understand this world. They give you something as beautiful as Deadpool. And what do? 20% of people are like, the critics are like,
It's all right. 80% of them, it's their favorite thing ever.
You know what? Glass half full, or more than half full in this instance, and shit. And my love for the movie makes up for that 20%. I can write a review that knock out that 20%.
Done.
Fuck, dude.
You just did.
Right?
I know. 45 minutes worth of knocking it right out.
Yeah, we did go long, didn't we? All right.
Who gives a
that's
shit?
it, man. Fucking. Now it's time to get out of the Deadpool, towel off, and go back to our lives and stuff. Do you wear your shirt in the pool like I do? Because I saw you doing this as if you've done it before. Like, I have to dry my clothes, and your wife's like, just take your clothes off, honey. I'm like, no, I got boobs. Fuck you. And then we get in a fight again. She's like, I thought I was doing something nice. There it is, folks. An insight into our lives.
This is Marc Bernard of the Old Fat Man team. Thanks to Squarespace, it doesn't matter if I don't know how to come up with a good-looking site, because Squarespace has all the easy tools you can use that let anyone make professionally designed websites with customizable templates and intuitive and easy-to-use tools. Don't know how to write fancy code to make things go? You don't need to with Squarespace. Maybe you want to put up an online portfolio or sell your wares to an online store. Squarespace can cure what ails you. I'm serious, if you can use a website, you can build one with Squarespace. Don't take my word for it. See for yourself. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and see how easy it is. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure to use the offer code FATMAN, FATMAN, to get 10% off your free purchase. Want some more? Hey, sign up for a year and they'll throw in a free domain name. Squarespace. Build it beautiful.
Educated at Sesame Street. Right?
Yes.
Products at Sesame Street.
What?
Children's Television Workshop. Motherfuckers.
Yes, TV is your teacher.
Welcome to Fat Man on Batman. As I brush you away. I'm Kevin Smith.
Marc Bernard.
Fuck off from our show. That's how we welcome people. Chasing them away. We send you mixed messages.
All the time.
Just like a boy in school that pulls a girl's pigtail. We like you, but we're mean.
I beckon you hither and push you away.
Until we figure out how to
Beck and
come.
push.
Once we figure out orgasm, then
forget it.
Then it's all beckon.
Beckon, please.
Beckon, and then
beckon that shit up.
Pushing it into your hand. But with you're on board. Not against your will. I don't want it to get creepy.
No. It's like, what kind of sex you like?
We just, Wakanda sex? Did you just make a reference to Black Panther?
I totally did.
I seized that opportunity.
I know.
Get out of that dark hole. Wakanda sex? I wonder what kind of sex they have in Wakanda. That's my Jerry Seinfeld.
Very nice.
Thank you.
If Jerry Seinfeld met a black guy, he would make that joke.
This
week,
week
get to Wakanda?
On the fucking show,
yes,
or today on the show, we're going to look at trailers that came out last week.
Yeah.
Now,
one of them came out
the other day.
Yes.
This week.
Monday,
Tuesday. The first one we're looking at, of course, is the Batman v Superman trailer.
The final trailer.
Which they dropped. This is the final. And nobody warned us this was coming. It just dropped last week one day. I guess was it attached to Daredevil or something? Yes. Was it attached to Daredevil?
No.
Not Daredevil. Deadpool?
Deadpool. No. It just dropped in the middle of the week. Like post Super Bowl, but pre Deadpool.
And not only did it drop, but it seems to have effectively flipped the audience yet again. It seems like everyone that was like, boo, about that second trailer are now like, yay, with little flags.
And like, huh? Turkish Airlines?
Yeah, that was, we talked about that. That was puzzling. But still, interesting approach. People who were like, huh, about Turkish Airlines, fucking the next day, that trailer came out, and everyone's like, oh, he could be on any number of obscure, expensive overseas airlines as long as he punches people like that. They showed them a Batman that they've never seen in the movies before.
They've shown him an Arkham Knight Batman.
Oh my God. And everyone went batshit. Like fucking nuts, dude. I mean, this was a scene I was told about, or a moment I was told about early on in production. There was somebody who was just like, dude, I'm telling you, there's a moment in this movie where he comes up through a floor and proceeds to kick 12 people's asses, but it's like it's Batman from Dark Knight Returns. He's grabbing a motherfucker, slamming his head in the floor while throwing a batarang, while fucking doing this. Bunch of things at once. We get to see his camaraderie with Alfred in the trailer, where Alfred's piloting the Batwing, and they've got a little conversation stuff going back and forth. Jeremy Irons making a wonderful Alfred, modern day Alfred, Jeff Johns Alfred. So he's got some war training and shit like that, or military training.
MI6 perhaps.
A little bit of MI6 action, bringing some of that Bond action.
Yes,
he's a 00.
He's a Batman's Batman.
Batman's Batman. Oh, that was awesome. But the first minute of this trailer seems like a response to the response to the second trailer.
Yes,
Would you agree?
Totally. And we all remember that second trailer, right? Where kind of nothing happens, but everything's on fire.
Yeah, and everybody was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Like
Doomsday, really? I didn't need to see Doomsday. What?
They had everyone with that first trailer, and then the second trailer felt like they lost, not everybody, but they lost a bunch of people like, what the fuck? This looks like a video game. Or the boy, what's his name? Bald boy, Lex Luthor in the movie, irritating people in the trailer and stuff. So less of him in this third trailer. This third trailer is more about like, look, here's fucking Batman doing what you like to see Batman do in a movie, but you've never seen him do in a movie before.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the way I sort of felt when I saw, I mean, granted, as shitty as episode 1 was, you for the first time got to see Jedis who were not old men and not like asthmatics and had all of their limbs.
And you got to see people react to him too, like, Jedi are here.
Yeah, holy dog shit.
Yeah, that was cool.
Where it's like, oh, we're fighting for real. Like, we're moving these lightsabers for real. Like, this is the Batman we've always wanted on screen, but never got. And even Christian Bale, as good as he was, the action wasn't like this.
What's in his hand? Is that a batarang?
Looks like a batarang.
Batarang.
He's about to stab a fool with a batarang.
God damn it. Like, you know, I'm happy for that dude, man. I'm proud of him and shit. Like, not proud. I have nothing to do with it, but I'm like, of all the fucking Batmans that look like right now, from now until the end of time, Batman will move this cinematically fucking beautiful, if not better, as the future moves on. But right now, his is the difference maker. His is the Batman that suddenly you're like, oh my God, like it looks like the video games. Isn't that weird? That's the standard now. Like that used to be a dirty word, man. A few years ago, people were like, it looks like a video game. And now people are like, ooh, it looks like the video game. Yeah. How weird, man. But like, they're right. It fucking looks like those interstitials of them, or it looks like the fighting action in the fucking games.
Yeah.
Too.
Like, and I want to know that my Batman.
Fucking, what is it called? Like throat punch motherfucker where you grab me, you're like, boom, slam him in the floor.
Jumping over shit, cape flying.
I don't even know who those fools were, but I'm like, kill them all, Batman!
Doesn't matter!
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal. It was religious, man.
They're just inside traders. Just fucking kill them!
Turn your radio down. Bam! Oh, it was fucking religious. They didn't give us much more of the plot in this trailer.
No,
Look at him, dude. Look at him. What a specimen. Fuck, man. I mean, that's all Affleck body. Maybe he's got some CG help, whatever this is CG help, with the cape and fucking the movement and shit, but like Zack Snyder, dude.
Hot damn.
If I ever get in a fight in life, I want Zack Snyder behind me going like, do this. This is your combination. I want him playing me like XXY, XI up.
Kevin, there are 12 working defenses from this position.
We all love that Batman.
We all love that Batman line.
This does this is this. One of them kills.
One of them hurts.
It was, I think it was smart, way smart for them to fucking put this trailer out.
Yes.
Anybody online, it seemed like, who was like, fuck this, after the second one, immediately fucking 180 again. They were like, yay, this.
Did you see that part when Superman goes to punch Batman and Batman blocks the punch and that fucking look on his face?
That was weird. That was the thing that a lot of people reacted to in a big bad way. The trailer button, which I get, is very effective, but for me, I'm like, the fucking opening that trailer is what sells me. This moment here, I was like, oh, I guess that would happen, right? But everyone else in the world who maybe don't like see that on a regular basis in books or, dream about that when they go to sleep at night like I do. I dream of Batman blocking Superman's punch. That captured their fucking, look at this. Is that his fucking boot going in his face?
That is his boot going in his face.
That captured their imagination, dude, where they're like, holy shit, Batman blocked the punch and Superman was fucking shocked.
Yeah, because the entire, everybody's conception of Superman v Batman is, it's fucking Superman.
Yeah.
And they've said it in the last couple of trailers before this one. Like, I could kill you if I wanted to. And just that shot where it's like, no, I don't think you could kill me if you wanted to. Like, we gotta fight, guys.
There's a nice moment too where he's just like, if there's even a 1% chance, he could kill us and could kill us off. There's even one, but we have to. That sounds like Batman.
It totally does.
You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Like harsh overreaction.
Yes. If there's even a 1% chance, we have to burn him to the ground. I, who never kill anybody, will kill this alien.
This dude drawing a line, and that dude's on the other side of that line. I will totally fucking kill that guy.
Somebody give me bullets. For the first time in my life, I'm going to shoot shit.
Yeah, I did. Alfred, switch out the rubber bullets, put in the real metal bullets.
And you know what that means to me, because my parents and bullets and blah, blah,
It's a whole thing, but
So,
fucking do it.
Fucking, look at me. I'm already this fucking, look at how jacked he is, dude, in the metal armor and shit. Oh, fucking love it.
He's got the bat lips.
And then everyone forgot because Deadpool happened, and people were like, fuck this, holy shit.
Oh, man.
What a
feel
great week, man.
I feel a little bad for Warner Brothers because every time they do a thing that feels like it's awesome, you guys, we won. Deadpool. Awesome, you guys did. Oh, shit. Daredevil trailer. Oh, you fucking guys.
They did. They right fucking as if, you know, they had a moment.
Yeah.
They had a moment. Like right before the fucking weekend, then Deadpool happened, and that's all anyone wanted to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Monday morning, you know, it's like, all right, let's get back to the business of Batman v Superman.
Come on, you guys.
But Marvel was just like, oh, you want to see superheroes fight? We have a trailer for that as well.
By the by, do you want it to be dark also and kind of broody and kind of underlit?
Is it a street level hero? Fighting somebody with a different ethos than him, but they're both on the side of right? Well, here's fucking Daredevil season 2. They dropped the Daredevil season 2 : Batman v Superman trailer on Monday. And they're doing like similar story.
It kind of totally is.
But I don't care. I'm not like, oh fuck, man, I'm gonna see this twice. Dude, I want to see this every weekend this summer. I want to see superheroes misunderstanding French bedroom farce fights. Where they're like, we're enemies, and then they fight until like, no, we're buddies. Like, oh yeah,
All right, super friends.
I'm all for it. Exactly. How you get to super friends is super punching and shit.
Yes.
This trailer was wonderful. John Barron thought you can't protect the Rick. That's that guy. I'm fucking you can't protect him, Rick. Now he's playing the Punisher and he's fucking genius, dude.
You're not saving this city.
You can't protect him, Matt Murdock. Look at him, dude. He looks like Robert De Niro in fucking Taxi Driver.
Very much so.
And if that's the vibe they're going for, fucking
It seems to be.
Fuck you and take all my money, Netflix and Marvel. They already got my money anyway. But I would pay twice in a month for that fucking 2 times quick for that Daredevil. The footage I saw, and then also they end their trailer going like end of part 1 of trailers.
Which
that's the world we're in. We're in the world of teaser trailers for trailers
for other things.
Trailers
for
part 1 and 2. There it is. Trailer
Yeah.
part 2 drops in a week.
And I'm sure the trailer part 2 is going to be all about Elektra.
Well, she finishes off this trailer, and that was nice because just when you're sitting there going, Jesus Christ, they fucking nailed Frank Castle. And anybody that's like, where's his skull? Hey, man, Daredevil didn't get dressed until like the last 2 episodes of season 1. So don't go looking for the fucking skull in his chest. But that dude in the trailer and that dude in the picture sitting in a fucking chair, that is Daredevil. That is Punisher. He don't need a fucking skull in his chest.
Yes.
He's fucking there, dude. That is so fucking Frank Castle when he's like, at the end of the trailer, he's just like, you're just one bad day away from being me.
So good.
And this seems like a moment where Karen's looking at his x-rays. Maybe she's going to start figuring out that Matt,
Pieces.
yeah, she's putting it together. There he is, dude. He's haunted. He's haunted by the death of his family.
You're a half measure.
Fucking yes. Call him a half measure. and
You're
shit.
weak. You're a coward.
You can't protect him, Rick. Do it once in the show. I'll be happy. Man, this is like a dream come true, dude.
I mean, my one fear, though,
Fire.
is that it looks like it's the Punisher show starring Daredevil.
I'm okay with that.
You know?
We had a whole season of Daredevil, the Kingpin show. Well, actually, no. We had a whole season of the Daredevil show, Matt Murdock's show, Becoming Daredevil. He's there. You got to introduce like the new element. His, you know, he's always going to be fighting crime. But his big bad this year seems to be the Punisher, who is also fighting crime, just in a different way. I mean, it is Batman v Superman.
totally
Marvel's
is.
so smart to fucking. I don't know if that was planned or if they were like, fuck him. Like, it just seems like a real, like, what are they doing across the street? Fuck it, we're
Hey,
doing
guys.
it too.
Sorry about that. Whoops. We made a thing. Kind of like your thing. But I think
Anything
people
you
better.
can do, we can do equally as good. There he is, man. Holy shit. Fucking love it.
The man
At one
without
point,
fear.
he had a black front of the helmet on, like in a few of the shots. You think that's
Yeah.
an addendum or is it a battle damage? Or
I think it's battle damage.
I think so.
like-
So some of the leather got
yeah,
ripped
like,
off.
I think you can see there's like a seam where
There it
he
is.
welds it a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up, dude. So he'll have this like fucking broken mask and shit.
Ooh, Charlie Cox lips.
That's cool, right? He's good, man. That dude's so good.
I saw him. I finally
That
caught
boy's
up.
good.
I caught up with
what's his
it.
name? Fucking-
That boy pretty good.
To America. That boy good.
I caught up with Theory of Everything finally a year after it came out.
With actor boy who won an Oscar.
Yes, Eddie Redmayne.
Yes.
The Stephen J. Hawking thing.
And
Charlie Cox is in that movie.
Really, the British Charlie Cox,
British
not
Charlie
the
Cox.
American Charlie Cox.
Right? No, he's very British, but he's the dude who helps out the Hawking family when Stephen Hawking gets like super invalidy.
Does he help him out by putting on a red suit and shit?
Alas, no, he helps him out by fucking his wife.
Fuck. Oh, really? Fucks his wife behind his back? Isn't that what he did on fucking what was it? Boardwalk Empire as well?
Yeah, I think
he got killed. Spoilers.
Yeah, shit. By the way, but yes, there's a whole romance between Jane Hawking and this guy.
Him. He's fantastic.
But he's really good in that.
Yeah,
I just kept
good
waiting
for him. He got classy movies to do, but also he got this, and this is a classy
very British movies plus this,
and very comic booky.
Indeed, very punchy.
TV action, very punchy. They showed another hallway fight.
I know.
I was like,
what did people like the first time? They loved a good hallway.
All right, like let's leave that up and look at that outfit real quick. Like it's fucking cool that like he's adding pieces. It looks like he's having to augment and shit. Any place.
It definitely looks better than the tail end of the first season costume, where I was like, you look like an action figure, but now it looks like a dude who's been through some shit. It's like I needed to work better than that.
But still no DD yet. Everyone's waiting for the fucking emblem on his chest. Not everybody. And you know what? If you're waiting for that, get a fucking life. Are you kidding me?
How awesome would it be if in like the 9th episode of 10, Frank Castle has him down, takes out a knife and just scrawls the DD on his chest. It's D.
Hire this man. I want to see his Daredevil now. That'd be good, dude.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I like that. Holy shit. Fucking this. I honestly, between BVS and DDVP, it sounded filthier than a minute. Like, this could be the end of my life, dude. Like, seriously, I've seen a Star Wars movie. I'm seeing Batman fight Superman and Batman wear the armor. I've now seen Deadpool, and I didn't even know how badly I wanted to see it and shit. We're gonna see fucking more Daredevil fighting the Punisher with Elektra as we see at the tail end of it. Like
BVS, Suicide Squad.
There's a new Ghostbusters coming. Great fucking time to be alive. Anybody out there who's just like, oh, life sucks, this world's bad, you pull them aside, you show them any one of these fucking trailers, man. They'll turn that frown upside down. Good time to be alive.
What don't you like about things? Because these are all good things. Stop being such a pussy and like shit.
Game of Thrones. What did you like about things? Because these are good things. Speaking of Game of Thrones, there is a teaser.
A little baby teaser.
Did you see it?
I did see it, yes. It seems as if HBO is just trying to make fans upset.
Oh, because they put faces in the
because
galaxy.
It takes place in the House of the Undying, I'm going to say,
which
or
we
House
saw
of
a lot
Black and
of
White,
last
one or the
season,
other.
where Arya was hanging out with the guy who's like, a girl wants to clean the floor.
Pretty much.
And she's like, a girl does not, bitch. A girl wants revenge.
I want to kill some motherfuckers, Jaqen Hagar, fuck
and
you.
He made her give her shit away. And like, she threw her shit into the ocean and shit.
Yeah, so...
And she went blind. Spoilers. At the last episode, she was like, I can't fucking say. Maybe that wasn't the exact performance, but you all know what I said. So she lost her sight.
She lost her sight. But so that is where they train these, faceless people to be the
master
take assassins.
A face from the wall and go out and be
just
random.
be that person. But all the people who have faces on the wall are dead. Yeah. And so this teaser is just scrolling through and getting little audio clips from people that we've known and loved in Game of Thrones who are now dead.
Right.
And then, so you get like Ned Stark and you get Catelyn Stark, you get Robb Stark, you get, the people you love. But then, like right fucking there, they put Tyrion in there, who's not dead.
Who's that?
That's Jon Snow.
They're putting a lot of people that better not be dead. Because if all these fuckers are dead, we got no show.
Right. So there's Sansa, there's Tyrion, there's Daenerys. It's like, you motherfuckers ain't dead.
If all these people are dead, then the show's going to be about the dickless dude.
Yes, it will be absolutely.
Which I'm all for, man.
The Adventures of Lord Varys.
Theon Greyjoy? No, man, it's Theon Greyjoy running around.
The other dickless dude, the eunuch who's on the small council.
Lord Varys. That's right. Those two could team up and shit. They could be like Deadpool and Colossus. Teaming up, like they could have an offshoot fucking Game of Thrones show where it's like, you don't have a dick, neither do I.
Yay!
And they get into jams and help people out of jams. I don't know, you guys figure it out.
Awesome theme song.
Yeah, like fucking. We're going on a trip without dicks. And
just a couple of dudes looking for their dicks, getting up to all kinds of tricks. Da da da.
When you think that life's got odd, just remember you can make it without a rod. It's dickless duo time.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern have no dicks.
George R.R. Martin
We got this, yo.
Let's look at other news. In trailer news, there is a teaser for the trailer of Ghostbusters coming.
Which is dude. Bullshit.
No.
Like, listen.
I'm off. What'd they do? What was it? Just that symbol?
It's pretty much just that. And I think it's like, who are you going to call?
And do they say like a date or something? What the fuck is that? Is that a piece of footage?
I think it's a piece of,
Yeah.
Was that in the teaser?
Yeah.
They showed this?
Yeah.
Clearly, we haven't seen this teaser.
Yeah, we haven't.
They showed cops, then they showed the military, and then they said, who you gonna call?
That's the fuck. I say in the teaser, Matt was good enough to watch it because we couldn't be bothered, apparently.
Yes.
I was told it was just like the symbol. So I'm like, I ain't watching that. But they showed actual footage. So they showed the cops, they showed the
They
military.
showed like cops racing out, and between all those, they said, who you gonna call?
Wow.
And then they ended with the symbol.
Wow. I went to SNL this weekend and I saw the director there,
Paul Feig.
Paul Feig. He was sitting there watching the show. It was really weird watching him rock out to Kanye. Kanye was performing, and they were performing like Ultralight Beam, which is not really a fucking
Not too much.
dance song, but he was just,
Just grooving on it.
oh my God, I couldn't help smiling. He's like a 50-year-old guy.
Well, he had 3 of his 4 Ghostbusters in that
punch
show
the
that
air.
night.
That's what I'm saying, man. He had
Yeah.
Kate McKinnon was there,
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa
was hosting.
McCarthy, and
Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones. All they were missing was
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig, which I thought maybe she was going to show up, but Melissa McCarthy was there for the other movie, The Boss.
The Boss.
But
So you know that there will be like May or June.
well, when is Ghostbusters coming?
I want to say
Summer
it's,
movie?
yeah, I want to say it's either late June or early July. But
She was phenomenal on SNL. That and the trailer for The Boss, I think, looks good. Like I'll watch Melissa. All 4 of those women are funny. I'll watch him do anything. And that guy, he made like fucking dance like an old white man to Kanye. He has no fucking, he can't help it. But that dude made some funny fucking movies, man. Like The Heat is a very funny movie.
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids is an hysterical fucking movie. Spy is a really fucking funny movie as well. The guy's, I think he's gifted storyteller and stuff. But yeah, that movie looks fucking. I'm ready, dude.
Yeah.
I know, I think everyone's over the whole girl Ghostbusters thing, and now we're just ready to get down to a Ghostbusters movie.
They are, except that they aren't, because the internet are fucking assholes.
People still talking about this
They're
shit?
still talking about that shit. They're like, for the same people who want to boycott the NFL for having Beyonce do a halftime show that they might not have liked.
Right.
They're also like,
Well,
can't
Marc,
take-
let's be honest. It was a little too musical. Way too musical. Too many notes. Is that simple?
Take out a few notes. Which ones would you like me to take out?
Did you
sir?
see the performance?
I did see the
Did you see the SNL trailer the day Beyonce turned black?
I don't. Beyonce? Really? This not our Beyonce.
It's normally for us.
What?
Yeah, man, I'm ready for Ghostbusters. I don't give a fuck if it's women or fucking like chipmunks. I'll even watch a chipmunk Ghostbuster
Make me a
movie.
good fucking movie. That's all I want.
And this dude directing, Paul Feig, has a good track record to making good fucking funny movies with a lot of these same fucking players. So it's like he's worked with Kristen Wiig, he's worked with Melissa McCarthy. The only one he hasn't worked with is Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones.
Yeah.
And fucking dude, I'm telling you, I saw in that movie The Heat, the guy who plays their boss, who was, fucking Biff in Back to the Future. Where he's like their beaten down boss. Melissa McCarthy's beaten down boss. And like he's like, do you know how old I am? And she's like, I don't know, like 55. He's like, I'm 36 or something like that. And he looks so fucking like old and weather beaten and shit. And he goes, my 12-year-old son calls me grandpa. Like, oh, that made me laugh so fucking hard. If you could get gold out of that, like just the fucking boss character for like 3 minutes.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah, you're gonna be good with Ghost.
Yeah, I just think that there is a segment of the audience who has never ever had their toys taken away from them and are now like, but my toys were dude toys, and now you're giving me lady toys, and I don't like it so much.
Oh my God, I'll take lady toys. Lady toys make you come too.
Lady toys are the best toys, my friend.
Works just as well on dudes, man. Lady toys work for men as well. Made for a lady, but strong enough for a man.
Looks like a pump, feels like a sneaker.
I want this movie, dude. I'm ready to see Ghostbusters.
Yes, give it to me. Give
what
it to
else
me.
they giving to us, man? Let's look.
Let's see.
Jumping around the news as always.
Well, we can
Reaggregate
talk
our
about,
news from the internet.
Star
Some people
Wars.
have bitched online, like, all you gotta do is read fucking stories. Don't watch.
It's all good.
Your hardest first world problem has just been solved by me and Mark. Don't fucking watch. Turn off. We're gonna read the news.
Yeah.
Like they do in Russia.
Say, listen, we're doing you a service. We're saving you from having to learn to read.
Or read the internet, which is fraught with peril because you could be going to read about Ghostbusters, wind up with a dick in your face.
You know, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, usually by choice. Star Wars Episode 8. Yes. Just when we were like, right on, we got used to Star Wars Episode 7.
Nope.
Life keeps moving, it keeps on moving. There it is.
8.
Never have 3 Roman numerals meant so much to so many people. 8 is happening. They've announced some new cast, which includes Benicio del Toro.
Laura Dern.
Always amazing. Laura Dern from fucking
Jurassic Park.
amongst many things, but most
also Wild at Heart. We'll give it a Wild at Heart.
Oh, come good poll, dude. Have you noticed the buildup in traffic lately? How your mind works is God's own mystery, Peanut. What a great film. Wonder what she's playing. Anybody know? Have they said?
They haven't said sweet fuck all about it.
So they're just like, they're in it.
Yeah, they're in it.
It's happening.
Don't you worry.
And it's still Ryan Johnson?
Yeah, they announced it by a little video shoot of him on the set.
Really?
Just saying, and cut. Everybody, that's our first day on Star Wars Episode 8.
Oh, so they fucking they're already shooting.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's so happy. He was a nice boy. He was on look at that nice boy. What the fuck? Is that what?
That's Hamill.
Is that from the new?
Yep.
What, really?
The Jedi abides, my friend. The Jedi abides.
Are they literally starting where they ended?
Yeah, pretty sure it's like, oh, hey, remember last time?
That's crazy. So JJ's like, I got to work with Mark Hamill for 2 minutes. Fucking Ryan Johnson's like, I got him the whole time from the opening, day 1.
I just love the idea of Mark Hamill sitting there for the script reading of Episode 7. Just like, I came all this way. I actually have no fucking lines.
Oh, here I am at the end.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Luke is on a mountaintop, looks over at Rey with purpose. The end?
Can't I just like ad lib a May the Force something? Nothing?
Yeah, just
All
like,
right.
how's your mom?
I can't wait till the Looper boy shows up. I get some dialogue in these movies. Wow, man, they're already starting. It's so
already
weird.
starting.
You know, hats off to Hollywood, man. I know everyone's always like shitting in their mouth and being like, they fucking suck. Dude, they're just lining up the happy, like fucking jets, like in a snowstorm, just stacking them and fucking racking them, man. And it's like every few months now, something wonderful is happening.
Yeah, it's
Like
nuts.
we're getting spoiled. It's very American to have this much joy all the time. And it's not good because when it all goes away somehow, or when we hit the doldrums or whatever the fuck, it's gonna be hard.
This is like the 80s of nerd moviedom. Where it's like we're all just
Not
high
kidding,
on
dude.
coke and driving in Ferraris and strippers and everywhere.
And they're making movies that are like 80s satisfying. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like with like 90s sensibility and 20th century storytelling techniques and shit like that. But they're as wholly satisfying as like, oh my God, he beat the Predator. Like shit like that.
Like Beverly Hills Cop, you give me another one of these? Thank you.
I submit to you that Deadpool is Beverly Hills Cop with a costume.
Oh.
I just made that up on the spot. But I mean, it's that fucking good.
Yes.
And that funny and shit like that. All right, man. So Star Wars, amen, is happening. Who is Kelly Marie Tran? She's been at it as well.
I don't know her.
She's also in the
That would be
cast.
her.
She's mostly like college humor, like online web stuff.
Ooh, they got a YouTube star.
Relative newcomer. Right on. All right, good for her. She's in the Star Wars universe too.
We got an actual Asian person in Star Wars.
Cool fucking figure. They had one in the last one though. Remember the dude? Listen to me. They got one. Mark. Oh,
They
you
had
needed
another
one.
guy.
But remember in when they're talking about the battle on Starkiller Base, there was a guy who's supposed to, I also think, be in Rogue One. Is right.
I think so.
He's a friend of JJ's. He's been in a lot of stuff. There's one dude I remember like, they're getting there, man.
Excellent.
Hollywood, fucking Hollywood. And normally, like people crap on him, but I'm telling you, dude, there's a lot of joy.
They're giving us some good shit, my friend.
Smart things. I'm just happy with Hollywood for Deadpool. You're so good, Hollywood. This week you are good.
Speaking of everything that started production,
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Excellent segue. And excellent fucking film. And probably excellent sequel. Oh, look at that. They got chairs.
They got chairs.
Fucking A, it must be happening because when a studio spends money on a chair back, that's the green light right there.
Listen, you can't just have 11-year-old kids sewing that stuff willy-nilly. Like, you gotta have a reason.
They pulled a big trigger on that one. Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe they're making a sequel to that movie. Seems risky, Mark.
I'm not entirely sure you're thinking of the same movie I'm thinking of.
I can't wait to see that
Oh,
fucking
so good.
movie. Oh my God. Another fun movie to look forward to and shit.
But yeah, there apparently will be a real title announced at some point because I don't think they're just
Right now
calling
they're
it
just calling
Volume
it
2.
Volume 2.
Yeah, because, Awesome makes Volume 2. But I think that they're going to in the next
Search for
month or
Dad.
so. Yes,
Or something
pretty
like
much.
that. And who are the rumors, Matt? Who is Dad?
There have been a lot of rumors, none of them confirmed.
Anybody? You got an idea?
Kurt Russell was the last
Kurt
rumor
Russell's the
that I
last
heard.
But who in the Marvel universe? You think they're going to make him somebody?
I heard Nova or Marvel. That's what I heard.
Marvel.
Yeah,
That
the
makes
last thing I
sense.
heard.
that was like shot down by James Gunn, I think.
James Gunn says not Marvel.
It's not Marvel.
The dad.
My guess, it's one of the Eternals.
You think his dad's one of the Eternals?
Ooh.
Matt, fucking, that's a good guess from producer Matt.
Is he Black Bolt? Will he just not say anything?
That'd be amazing.
We got
And
Kurt
then,
Russell
he,
just
and then he
stand
fucking gets him to say, Dad, just say one thing. And he's like,
there. Planets are cut in half and
It
shit.
might be Mentor, who's Thanos' dad also.
really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love this shit. I love this shit as much as I love real human beings that I care for and that came out of my wife's body. It's right up there with my kid.
They had
Thank
one,
God I only had one kid because I have more time to love this shit.
No kid.
If I had more than one kid, who'd have time for this?
Once upon a time, McConaughey was in talks to be in this thing as the dad.
I heard.
But now it seems that he's going to be in a little Stephen King joint called The Dark Tower.
He's going to be the gunslinger?
He is going to be the Man in Black.
Really?
Idris Elba is going to be the gunslinger.
Really? When did this happen?
They're in talks, and Stephen King confirmed that it's like, listen, there's still negotiations, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
Idris Elba's the gunslinger?
Yep.
And
McConaughey is the Man in Black.
it's a feature?
It's a feature. I think they might have abandoned.
It's a universe.
Right.
It's a universe. They're doing a whole Dark Tower universe?
They're doing television and movies.
Starting in TV and going to movies. They're
Starting in
doing
movies.
No.
The original plan when Ron Howard was directing this for
Yeah.
Universal back in the day was going to be movie, 10-episode TV series, movie, 10-episode TV series, movie. That's
Smart.
when like,
That's what they talked about doing with the X-Files back in the day. And,
Yeah.
and got a little bit. Like it was a few seasons in, movie.
right. But
And
like the
then-
story would you would have to go. They would play it Marvel style. Like it's all connected. It's all
That's
into
fucking
it.
smart, man.
Back when Javier Bardem was supposed to be the gunslinger. And that fell apart when things fall
He
apart.
already played a gunslinger for the Coen brothers.
Pretty much. But so yes, that is the latest in the Dark Tower news, which fucking Idris Elba, dude.
I don't even give a fuck about Dark Tower, to be honest with you. I'm not even a Dark Tower fan. I'm glad it's getting made and shit like that. And I support the idea of a Kingverse, even in any way, shape, or form. Look, even better, make a whole movie, Kingverse movies set in Castle Rock. Just make a TV show called Castle Rock and do all that fucking shit in it.
Just the weirdest fucking shit in the world
I like
happens in
Stephen
this
King.
one.
I always have. When I was a kid, it's, fucking reading The Shining, dude, is like, first I read like Catcher in the Rye. That was my Bible. Then I read The Shining. That became my Bible. Then Christine. I fucking loved Christine and stuff. So, I even I went and paid cash money to see Maximum Overdrive.
Wow.
Remember it had the fucking green goblin head on the
The
truck?
clown truck.
Oh, we were like, oh, like fucking shit. But I'm happy to see it. And also they got this new series on Hulu right now with
Yeah,
James
11,
Franco.
2263.
And that's a Stephen King book. J.J. Abrams did a show. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I think it just dropped today.
It's getting
yesterday.
positive.
Really good reviews.
Good.
But yeah, and I love the fact that Stephen King does what he calls the dollar option, where he calls them dollar babies. Where if you
Single this man.
want to option a Stephen King story, you pay him $1.
Really?
Yes, almost anybody. Granted, he will get full boat if you get this thing set up. Down the line.
He gets his money then.
He gets his money then. But like if you're a student filmmaker and you want to make a thing, write him a letter. If you're Darabont and you want to make a thing, $1. That's what it'll cost you.
Wow.
And he loves the idea that movies are getting made. He loves the idea that anybody, like the cost of a movie should not prohibit an artist from taking a run at it. Like, and if you come with a good thing, if you write a great script off of this thing that you paid me $1 for, then we're in business.
So that's a smart play because it's just like, hey man, if there's a movie, I'm gonna sell 100,000 more books of a book that I've sold millions of copies of already. And that's how they roll. So it's smart. Good for him, man. That's happening. All right, let's look at the rest and let the kids get out of here, man.
Amen, brother.
Gotham.
Got ham.
God Ham is happening. You ain't watching it, but somebody is because fuck, they keep the show on the air and stuff. And god damn it, it seems like this is the year they hit their stride in terms of like we're throwing fucking everything at you, batarangs and shit. They're just going nuts. They're introduced the character of Azrael from the Order of Saint Dumas. Joe Quesada designed the character of Azrael. Is that the suit?
That is James Frame playing Azrael.
So he's got to put the mask on and
He's
shit.
got to put the mask on.
Oh my God, there he is. Wow.
Yes.
Wow, dude.
It's nuts.
It's crazy. I wonder if Joe Quesada gets happy about this. Joe Quesada, Marvel bigwig, and has been for fucking, 2 decades now and stuff. He created that character. He was the visual, he drew it and stuff. So I wonder if he gets happy. I mean, he could turn on fucking, well, number one, he's producing Daredevil and shit. So he can like see his work come to life there. But that's like early deep cuts. One of his, like, he used to draw Batman and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't get Joe Quesada to draw Batman anymore, man, because he's a Marvel guy. But that was his character. I wonder if he gets like excited when he sees that picture. Does he go like, "Holy fuck, it's Azrael," or is he just like, "Please, dude, I've seen the Black Panther. Like my toy box is way more fucking deep than that and shit." Or do you think he's just like, "Man, that's fucking cool."
Pretty sweet. And also, my agent, where's my profit participation?
Yeah, that's the call. He's like, "Fuck, sweet. I want my taste."
Yeah, come on. I invented that bitch. Where's my money?
That's crazy. I can't believe we're in a world where they're gonna do fucking Azrael.
Yeah, I mean,
I know we say it all the time in the show, but
on the heels of Gotham doing Court of Owls with, fucking Theo Galavan
and he is Theo Galavan is the character.
Yes.
So he
Played by
died
James
in the
Frayne.
winter finale. Spoilers.
Yeah, pardon.
Played by the actor James Frayne,
Who's that dude?
and he's coming back to be Azrael.
Yep. Deep cuts.
It's deep cuts, dude. That's deeper cuts. I mean, Court of Owls is at least current cuts. Deep cuts, but current. Fucking Azrael is.
That is like 92, 93 DC.
I was like fucking Kevin Smith heyday DC, early 90s and shit. This is like Clerks country. Shit like that. That's how deep they're pulling from Gotham. But I don't know, like, what is it? Why? How come we're not like, I just watched it? Why will I watch every episode of Flash? And it's my piece, dude. Like I watched, you watched fucking
I watched the
Welcome to Earth 2 episode.
Yes. When he gets the call, when he calls his mom on the phone, she leaves him a message. Oh, Barry,
We'll talk
another
about
call.
that in the next episode because it was fucking beautiful.
So great.
So they do a superhero show or comic book show that I'll tune in for every fucking week. And when Daredevil's on, I watch it from top to bottom, just like Jessica Jones. Why? And even though if they're announcing on Gotham, fucking Azrael, Mr. Freeze, fucking Dr. Hugo Strange, they're pulling out all the stops. And still, I'm like, well, maybe I'll wait till the end of the season. What is it? Why won't I?
I think it's because
this show's called Fat Man on Batman. What's my problem?
it's a lot too late, is what it feels like to me. Is
explain. Give 'em a single.
They
This is
gave us
important.
that first season, which, we had issues with, as many people did. And it feels like this year, for the second season, they are just kind of overcompensating for the fact that there's no Batman by giving us everything around Batman. You want a show called Gotham to kind of be about Batman, or even to be about James Gordon. And it doesn't even seem to be about James Gordon.
They've left him kind of behind as well.
Yeah, so it's now just like it's guest star of the week, it's costume of the week, it's power of the week, and you're like, well, but
Which is what I asked for in season 1. I was like, just make it like fucking Batman 66, but in the modern age, where every week there's a fucking villain and it's a guest star.
But
And they're
like-
doing it, and I should be tuning in. But what's stopping me?
But Flash also does that. Like you get the fucking turtle, and you get like this guy, and you get Killer Croc, and you get all of that stuff. But at its core, like what that show is. You know why I'm tuning in every week, and it's because I want to see what Barry does. I want to see what happens to Barry this week. I want to see how he navigates his Iris relationship, his Joe relationship, his Zoom relationship. I want to see the fucking soap joy that is watching this kind of show. And Gotham is not giving that to us.
Yeah, they better. Well, I hope they keep going.
I mean, I would like for them to at some point do that old great Battlestar trick where you remember in the tail end of season 2 where like Baltar has now, like they've landed on New Caprica and Baltar he's now the president and he's in Colonial One.
They
and
created
he's super
a whole
fucking
new
happy.
show.
And then he puts his head down and he picks it back up and it's 1 year later. Like literally just jump on a cut to 1 year later. The Cylons have invaded. It's now occupied Caprica and it's the worst thing ever.
Right.
Like I need the jump cut 10 years from now where that fucking kid is now Bruce Wayne.
That would be your season 3. If I'm those cats, I'm like, look, I know you guys are doing the movies and stuff, but like we gotta Hail Mary this shit.
Like we got to do Batman Year One or we're done.
Smart. Good call.
I mean, that's just me. If I read it.
Meanwhile, people on make Gotham are like, fuck both of you.
You suck. We got to do the show every week. Like I know.
I'm all for it, dude, and I will watch Gotham at the end of the season, all the episodes collected and stuff. But it's just, I don't know. We talk about it and we read about it, and like we showed pictures, and I'm like, oh my god! But like, I'm not setting my phone or anything.
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
nothing emotional to draw us through and to keep us tethered to this show.
And that's the thing, dude. It's emotion.
Yeah.
Like you think about it, as much as you love watching motherfuckers punch other motherfuckers in the face for the good or for the bad, whatever the fuck, It's the emotional background storyline that like always gets you, and like Daredevil has that, you know, and Gotham should have more of it, but there's something like they need to pick, like, I know it's like it's a Jim Gordon show, but it feels like just make it about the boy and Alfred, you know what I'm saying? And like villains, yes, but like they don't have to, I don't know.
Like the die is cast at this point, and you can only,
and not in a bad way where it's like, yeah, it is, and boy, it sucks. Like they're doing a good job, but it's like, feels like they're throwing a party. Feels like they're making a Pirates of the Caribbean without Johnny Depp.
Right.
And it's like, it could be the best Pirates of the Caribbean, but you're like, something's missing.
Yeah, I kind of want that guy.
Yeah.
You know.
And the boy's good. Don't get me wrong. The boy's real good, but it's just like, we want to see him grown up. Yeah. Like maybe that would be the case. Maybe they should like every season should jump a few years.
Yeah. You know, and like don't even, if you can't put him in the suit, don't put him in the suit. But give me Bruce Wayne at 19. Give me angry fucking Bruce Wayne. Yeah. Give me the trial run before Batman.
Give us what they gave us in that trailer, the Blur Studios that Tim Miller did for that video game, that Batman Arkham Knight video game, where, you know, they went through Bruce's life and you just watch the pain, the reverberation of his parents getting killed throughout his life, and you watch him age. It'd been nice if they did that. And whatever. They're doing fine, I'm sure. They don't need our fucking help. But that's a smart call.
That's what gets me coming back.
Because then you can like do within your season flashback episodes to like shit that happened, and you could bring little boy back, be like, hey, it's young Bruce again. And stuff.
And then you stop dealing with like baby versions of the villains. Then you get to deal with, there's Poison Ivy, there's Catwoman, and there's, like, I get that you're attached to these actors, but at some point you got to give me.
If I had a fucking network, this is who I'd hire. Right there. I'd hire him to run that network, and then I'd quit the network. And I'd be like, clearly, you're a better man than I am, Gunga Din, and I'd give him my network and I'd leave. I think that's how that story went.
Probably. I'd less networks.
I saw it once when Mr. Magoo did it. It was very moving. Lastly, Supergirl over at the Berlanti universe, man. Fucking Berlanti-verse.
Killing it.
My God, the Flash going to fucking, we'll talk about it another episode. The Flash going to Earth 2. Copious tears. Supergirl, as we saw last week, they did the Black Mercy episode. Now Supergirl going for broke, dude.
Fortress of Solitude.
They're going to show you the Fortress of Solitude. We had Kreisberg on the show. Look at that shit, dude. Look at it!
So many crystals.
See it, children. So is this meant to be Kal-El's home?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's very, it's
very Donnery.
Very Donnery, I was going to say.
Yeah. They're not fucking around.
No, fuck, dude. When Kreisberg was on the podcast, he talked about, like, we're going to go for it. Like, it's Superman as far as we're concerned, Supergirl, and we're telling that story, but, like, we can take all the elements and we're going to do these things. And, like, if we get one season, we're going to make it the best season. And they are, dude. Yeah. Like, they're fucking throwing in everything. They're going to get more seasons, I believe, because they're fucking doing it right. Now that we've got the big crossover to look forward to. And in that fucking Flash, Welcome to Earth 2 episode, there's that picture. Look at them together,
so
dude.
Fucking adorable.
He saw her when he jumped into the time. He saw her in the time stream. It was awesome.
Could those guys look like they're having any more fun?
I'm gonna find out, dude. I'm going up there like a spy in the House of Love in a couple weeks to go shoot direct an episode of Flash. Direct. I'm gonna stand there and watch talented people work and be like, cut, I guess. We'll see how happy they are. They all look fucking so happy.
I know.
So that's why I'm going. I'm like, give me some of your happy. Rub some of that fucking happy. Take your emblems and rub them all over me and stuff. How awesome. Remember in the beginning of the season, people were like, there's going to be a crossover. And then people were like, there is no crossover.
Can't ever happen.
And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, it's happening. And we shot it. And here's a picture and everything. Great time to be alive.
So good.
There it is, dude. All the news, that shit to print. We gave it to you right here on Fat Man on Batman, the only show that combs the internet for news and just reads it to you. Like we're fucking Russian newscasters, man. In the 80s.
Totally.
Good time to be alive. All good news there today, kids. No bad news and shit. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. No bad news. No bad news. Remember that?
I do remember
Ain't
that.
nobody bring me no bad news. Remember her throne at the end when they kill the Wicked Witch? Is a toilet. It closes like a toilet seat.
Oh, the Wiz.
I love that when I was a kid. The Wiz toilet seat. It's all fucking
it's all
dick and potty jokes.
Thank you, Barry Gordy.
You know who else worked on it? Production designer, I believe. And it ties into this show, Fat Man on Batman, Joel Schumacher.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's connected, folks. Everything's connected. Can you feel a brand new day? That's because we live in a post-Deadpool world, bitch.
It's all good.
Things
now.
are still changing. There it is. Fat Man on Batman. Give it up for fucking Marc Bernard. Man.
And the Kevin Smith.
Told motherfuckers how to run their network and their show, and he's right. Those are good ideas, dude.
Right-ish.
I'm telling you, as soon as I fucking get a network, I'm gonna be like, run it. Run it. Write all my shows. And then you're going to write 25 shows and you're going to hate this shit. Because you're like, oh, fuck. Dude, I just wanted one. I'm like, do it all.
Can I go take a shit? No, write another show.
I can't remember my name. If Marc remembers his name is Rumpelstiltskin, then I can't use him to fuel my network anymore.
Ziffleskim.
He's from the fucking 8th dimension. There it is, man. For Fat Man on Batman, I've been Kevin Smith.
Marc Bernard.
Come back next episode, man. Same fat time, same fat channel.
YouTube.com/Kevin Smith.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.